So this is our monthly power planning session. I'm so excited about these. This is our very first one that we're doing, and technically supposed to be starting in January, but I just couldn't wait. And I just wanted to take our team call for tonight and just go ahead and start doing this. So the purpose behind doing this is to really start thinking like a CEO and start thinking 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead. And this is something that is a challenge for me, but when I put in the effort to do it, I see such payoff. I see such payoff in my challenge groups. I see such payoff in my Success Club points, in my recruiting, even just in my own personal life and achieving goals. When I look ahead and I kind of do some forecasting and some planning, just makes everything go more smoothly, and I don't have to scramble like I'm usually doing to get my month moving the way I want it to. So I'm going to just go ahead and hopefully you have a blank calendar that you can jot some things down on. I am using a social media post calendar, and it's completely blank, so I just filled in the days from December 1st to the 31st. And so these are some of the questions that I ask myself, and I'm going to be opening it up to you guys as well because I'd love for us to just kind of brainstorm a little bit. Other coaches typically create a calendar for their entire team, and their entire team follows that calendar. And while that is great, and if I was a super nice coach, I would probably do that for you guys, but I really want each of you to actually look at your own business and not just follow what I'm doing, because maybe you have a little bit different goals. Maybe you're in a little bit different of a season. Maybe you have a different focus than I do. And so I want to give you the tools to be able to create your own calendar. And I want to give you the tools to be able to sort of set your own course. You're welcome to follow my course. I'm going to share what I'm doing, but I want to share the principles behind it. Instead of just giving you a fish, I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you how to think through your month strategically and put some things into action for you. Okay, so these are some questions, and I'm going to make these available. I wasn't able to put them into like a pretty little, graphic, but I will. But here are some of the questions I ask myself when I'm planning my month. Number 1, what program am I going to do? What program am I going to commit to this month? What program am I going to be posting about consistently and promoting? Now, I used to base this on what was on promotion that month. Beachbody has certain programs on promotion every month. But that was when I was a newbie coach, and I thought that sales and discounts were what really affected people and what really made the difference in my business. And I realized that that's just not true. What really affects people is what I'm passionate about and what I'm doing and what I'm seeing results from. So instead of basing it on what Beachbody was putting on promotion, I've shifted to just basing it on where am I at in my fitness journey, and what am I going to be focusing on, and letting my passion for that really drive, my audience to be interested in what I'm doing. So I'm doing Quarter Force in December, and I just wrote it right here up at the top. I'm a visual person, so I just have it right here. That's my program, is Quarter Force. All right, next question. Actually, let me skip that one. What holidays are happening this month? This is something that I ask myself each month. What holidays are going on? Is there a Memorial Day? Is it summer? Is it back to school? Obviously, December is an easy one. It's, Christmas and Advent and Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And then the New Year is coming up, FYI. And in our business, that's something very important that we want to be aware of. That's something that you don't want to just wake up on January 1st and be like, oh gosh, it's the new year. People are probably going to want to get in shape. What should I do? Don't start on January 1st. We start now in December, actually for a couple months now, really planting seeds in people's minds and really showing them proof that the product works, so that when they're ready and they're thinking about doing something, they're going to think about you. They're going to think about you and what you've been doing and all your hard work and how it's been working for you. And so yeah, the holidays that are coming up, Christmas and New Year's. So when I know what holidays are coming up, then I ask myself, where are people's minds at during this season? And where are they going to be tempted to struggle? How can I provide a solution? How can I think ahead and provide a solution for what other people are going to be struggling with? So obviously we know holiday parties, we know just busy schedules, keeping people from their regular workouts. Normal schedules are kind of thrown off. Kids are on vacation from school, or maybe people have time off, and it's a weird month, right? There's a lot going on, and it's not just the normal routine. And when people get off their routine, they struggle with workouts and eating clean. So what can we do to help them? And this is where I would love to hear from you guys. What can you do? What can we do as coaches, as a team, to help people survive this holiday? What are they going to be tempted with? Even just a mindset of failure in their health goals during this year. Maybe this is a time of year where people just already in their minds kind of have a defeated mindset, right? So how can we help people to keep their health a priority, to not get discouraged, even if it may not be their best, most stellar month ever? How can we teach people how to, creative ways to stay on track at a Christmas party? I want to hear what you guys think. A cocktail 101 for the holidays. I love that. Do a different mixed drink from Fixate. That's awesome. Maybe like healthy appetizer ideas. Think about what you would search for on Pinterest. And sometimes if you go on Pinterest, you'll see it'll show you what people are searching for sometimes, like on that main page. And a lot of people are searching for easy, healthy party food ideas or whatever. We can be the people who bring that to our audience. We can be the people who anticipate that that's something they're going to want to search for and provide that information for them before they even are thinking that they need it. We know that they need it, that type of thing, just that forward thinking. I know a lot of coaches are doing the free yoga retreat that's on Beachbody on Demand. A lot of people are stressed during the season, so they're wanting to help people de-stress and still work out without it being this really intense, heavy weightlifting. Haley, that's awesome. Healthy pumpkin pie recipe, healthy food alternatives, yes. All of this, yes. So if you know that that's what people are going to struggle with, and you start brainstorming a few ideas, throw them onto this calendar, right? Plan it out. And it, at least for me, it makes it so easy because a lot of times they're not original to me ideas or original to me recipes. I'm going on Pinterest or Google and I'm finding them, but that's okay because you're bringing it to people, right? Some people are so overwhelmed, they're not even going to go on Pinterest. They're not even going to go on Google. They're not even going to search this stuff out. But if you say, hey, this is what I'm doing to make sure that I can win in this holiday season, here's a healthy pumpkin pie recipe, that is going to bless people so much that they didn't have to go out and try to find that for themselves. Or maybe they weren't even thinking of looking up a healthy pumpkin pie recipe. They were just like, well, it's Thanksgiving. I'm just going to eat my regular pumpkin pie. Then Haley posts a healthy pumpkin pie recipe, and it just sparks a little oh, I'm going to try that. Oh, I'm going to give this a try. Oh, this is really helping me. This is really adding value to my, my life. Yeah. Use those Fixate recipes. Guys, those Fixate recipes are legit. They are so good. And a lot of people don't have Beachbody on Demand, they're not watching Fixate, and you can bring them some value. And you can even just mention a little byline, like, I got this recipe from Fixate Cooking Show. And people might not be flocking to you from that little byline of like, oh, can I join Beachbody On Demand? But it's planting a little seed in their mind of like, what's a Fixate Cooking Show? Oh, whatever. And then a couple days later, you post another recipe and you post that little byline, and they're like, what's a Fixate Cooking Show? What is that? And, over time, you're going to be planting these seeds and making them really want to be able to watch the Fixate Cooking Show. And you can give it to them for free for 30 days on Beachbody On Demand. So you see how adding value creates a desire for what we have. So yeah, a checklist. I love checklists. A checklist for how to overcome stress of being busy. I love that. I did a 21-day self-care challenge a couple months back, and I was thinking of redoing it, but doing it on Snapchat and like posting an activity each day on Snapchat, and then having everybody who's joining me sort of take a snap of that picture. And they were so easy. A lot of them were just like, light a scented candle that makes you feel happy, and just take a picture of your favorite scented candle, or put on your favorite lotion that just smells so good, and just take a moment and like breathe it in, just take a moment for yourself in the midst of this busy, crazy season. So I love that. A checklist. Yeah, we could all use that. We could all use a little de-stressing over the holidays. I know that for me, I want to, so another question that I ask myself when I'm going through my month is, obviously, when am I going to run my challenge group this month? When am I going to start my challenge group this month? But also, do I want this challenge group to have a special theme or focus? Or is there something creative or fun or special that I can do with my challenge group this month? And for me, I'm planning to call it Slow Down and Savor the Holidays. So it's going to be like sort of that whole idea of like de-stressing, slowing down, taking time to care for yourself, taking time to, I'm debating, I've never done a faith-based challenge group before, but I've always wanted to. And so I'm debating if this would be a faith-based challenge group, savoring Christ in the midst of this holiday season, slowing down and savoring Christ, and, connecting that with workouts and whatever. So that, I also wrote that down here, just on my little sheet of paper, that's going to be my challenge group focus, and like kind of the name or the theme of my challenge group. Do any of you guys have special names or a focus for your holiday challenge group that you've thought about? Oh, that's sweet. Dedicating your workout each day to someone special. Like, in what way? Like to kind of thank them, like tagging someone and like thanking them for being a positive part of your life. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. Yeah, I love that. Anybody else have? Nice. Oh, I like that. No, I like that, Alicia. I know a lot of coaches who do like almost like a sneak peek of their challenge group. Like they'll open the doors to their challenge group for like a week or whatever, and just really provide a lot of like energy and support and encouragement, and then get people excited about, wow, I really enjoyed that. I think I want to jump into this challenge group. So yeah, I love that. It's a great idea. Are you going to get them doing the free group by signing up for a free Beachbody On Demand 30-day things that they can actually like try out different workouts from Beachbody, so they know what yeah, you should. I mean, that's going to be it's free. There's literally thousands of workouts. They can sample even the ones you have to buy You could sample them. And yeah, I have actually a Beachbody on demand, like workout calendar, 30-day workout calendar that gives people like, if you complete the whole month, you will have tried out almost every program in Beachbody on demand. And I basically followed like a sort of like a cardio, upper body, lower body, Pilates, yoga, total body cardio rest. You know, like I kind of did like a pattern so that it's similar to almost like the 21-day fix where you have a day of cardio, a day of upper body, but the upper body might be from P90X3 and the lower body might be from Body Beast and the cardio might be from Country Heat. So you're sampling all the different workouts, but you're still doing each week a good variety of like body parts workout. So yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, and they just added Insanity Max 30 and Body Beast. They added T25 a little while ago. So there is so much there that people would just love, you know? So yeah, I think that's awesome. Lishu's holiday challenge started today and is running through Christmas Eve. Merry, bright, and balanced. I love that. Focus on finding nutrition and reducing stress. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, they didn't add Country Heat. Country Heat is still one that you have to buy to upgrade to. And yeah, the Fixate shows are so good. You know, maybe incorporate the Fixate shows into your free group as well. You know, like, I don't know, meal of the week or, you know, a meal plan that is based on some of the recipes from the Fixate show or something like that. Yeah, it's really, really good. And I think that Fixate is one of those things that just adds so much value to Beachbody on Demand. And even if you don't get a challenge pack sale from it right away, I'm sure you will eventually, if people stay on Beachbody on Demand as coaches, we earn, I think it's either 40 or 50% commission off of the subscription. So everything else, we only earn 25% commission, but the subscription to Beachbody on Demand, we earn a lot higher commissions. So building in value to Beachbody on Demand in the long run is really, you don't get Success Club points. So sometimes we forget this is like a really good thing. But as far as just income and commission, it's a really good thing. It's a really good thing to have. So, okay, so those are, let me see, what other questions do I ask? Okay, I ask, am I going to be running a coach sneak peek this month and when? Or am I going to be running a coach webinar and when? You know, will I be running a free group and what is my free group going to be about? So I typically, like if I know that I'm planning to start my next challenge group on December 4th. So I'm probably not going to start a free group on December 4th, right? So I want to give myself at least 2 weeks before whatever I'm doing to build interest, to build excitement, to build conversations with people, and then to be able to get them to join. So that's really why you want to know what you're doing, because a lot of times what I used to do is I would think, oh gosh, I know, I'm going to run a free group. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be on detoxing and this and that. And I'm going to run it on Monday and it's Thursday. And so I post like, I get the group all set up and I say, I'm running this free group. It's on detox. It's starting on Monday. I can't wait for you to join. And maybe I send out a few personal invites, but I've only given myself 4 days. And I'll get maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 people in the group. And here I've done all this work and I'm showing up to the group every day and it's not really bearing a ton of fruit because I didn't give myself enough head of time to build interest, to build excitement, and to fill the group. So let's work smarter and not just harder so that, you know, it's the same amount of work, whether you have 100 people or whether you have 5 people. So I'd rather work and get more people into my groups so that I can really like encourage them and bless them and have good energy as well. So give yourself always at least 2 weeks before you start something to start preparing, and that's why it's good to know when you're going to have it. So if I'm going to have my challenge group on the 4th of December, I'm going to do my free group. Usually I do it 2 weeks later. But because this is Christmas and it's kind of a weird month, and Christmas is on a Sunday, I'm actually planning to do my free group the very last week of December. So the 26th, starting on Monday the 26th, and running through to the end of the month. And I'm planning to, I think I'm going to call it like letting go and, I don't know, letting go and setting goals. I don't know, something where I'm helping people prepare for January 1st, right? Because Christmas is over. Most people, the parties have winded down, and it's that last week, that little stretch between Christmas and New Year's, that I want to run a free group to encourage people, to help them let go of things that have maybe happened in 2016, to help them move forward, to help them set goals and get excited about 2017. And I am hoping that whoever's in that free group will jump into a challenge group with me in the new year, right? So that is when I'm going to run my free group, is starting Monday the 26th. So then I know that the 2 weeks leading up to that, I'm going to plan posts in my calendar that are going to build excitement for that. I'm going to start sharing my own story of how I'm letting go of things, books that I'm reading, articles. I might blog a few things that are going to be leading into that kind of thinking. I'm preparing my audience to start thinking about these things, to start being interested in these things, to start being curious about these things, so that when I offer a solution, they've already been like, yeah, I want to join this. I need this. I want this. It's not coming out of nowhere. I've laid the groundwork for it. I'm actually, I don't know if you guys have been following me on Snapchat or wherever, I'm planning to do a post on capsule wardrobe and my fashion and stuff like that. So I've been posting a lot of little seeds all throughout the past couple of weeks, because I want a lot of people to see my blog on my capsule wardrobe. And if I just came out and said, oh, I did a blog on a capsule wardrobe, just out of nowhere, people would be like, oh, great. Like, I don't even know what that is, whatever. But I've been showing people some of my outfits. I've been showing people my closet and how I've been cleaning it out. I've been showing all these things. So take that and apply it to whatever free group you're doing. Like, show behind the scenes stuff. Show how you're preparing for the group. Show how your life is changing because of some of the things you've implemented, and now you're excited to share them with others. You know, putting those little seeds, that just builds the groundwork. And if you know when you're having that free group, you just reverse engineer it. You go back 2 weeks and you start laying that groundwork with intentionality. So people are so excited to join in when they're ready. All right, let me see some of these questions. Do I think this week is enough time to promote a challenge group for the 4th? Well, I have not been promoting my challenge group, and I'm starting on the 4th. So, you know, there's always time. Is it the ideal? No. But the good thing about challenge groups as opposed to free groups is if you're being a product of the product and you're posting your workouts and you're posting your healthy meals and you're posting your Shakeology, you're kind of always laying the seeds for challenge groups, more or less. I mean, there are definitely more like focused things you can do, sharing before and afters of challengers, sharing your own before and afters, sharing like videos of you doing like core to force and stuff, so people are interested and curious and they're seeing little behind the scenes and tidbits. So yeah, challenge groups, you're kind of always laying the seeds for those. And I'm definitely going to have to hustle, which I don't even know how I'm going to do that because we're leaving for Disney on Friday and I'm already got my hands full trying to prepare for that. Anyways, I will make it happen. I'll make it work and figure it out. So yeah, there's always time. You can always hustle and get stuff done. But ideally, 2 weeks before is the best, you know? All right, so Alicia's asking, would it be better to do my free group at the end of December? I mean, it just depends on what your free group is about and how you position it. Because like Shelby said, or I forget who said it, like doing a checklist for de-stressing for the month. I mean, people need that before Christmas. So my group is more like looking ahead to setting goals and letting go of past things. So my group would be better at the end of the month, but a group of de-stressing for the holidays would be better at the beginning of the month. So it really just depends on how you position your group and what your strategy is and how you want to help people this month. If you want to help them through the holiday season or if you want to help them after the holiday season. Both are fine. Both are great. People need both. So yeah, I mean, you know, and here's the thing. Because New Year's is coming, I would say hit it hard in December, you know, go for it in December. Do the free group and then do another free group if you need, you know, if you can. You know, get as much momentum as you can so that the picture is like of a surfer and you see the wave is coming, you start paddling before the wave gets to you. So you've got some speed, so when the wave comes, you just pop up on your board and you ride it. But if you're just like dead in the water, once the wave is on you, it's too late. You can't start paddling at that point. So I would say hit it hard, you know, like be as fitness focused as you can be in this month, even though you're going to hear crickets, because it's going to be that wave that comes in January that you're going to be able to ride. Oh, a healthy holiday cookie exchange group. That is so cool. That's a really great idea. I love this. This is great. Brittany's next group starts the 4th, so it'll be done by Christmas. That's what I'm planning to do also, Brittany. And then keep the group going the last week of the month, share Beachbody on demand workouts. That's awesome. Some recipes. Yeah, that's great. That is a great idea. I'm planning to do something similar. I'm planning to, you know, end right before Christmas, and then kind of take that last week off, but still be active in the group. But I'm not gonna like start something new, and I'm not gonna just like leave my challengers with nothing. So kind of like just we're just gonna kind of float that last week, and so that's great. That is great. Okay, so another question that I ask myself when I'm planning my month is, what is my focus going to be this month? Am I going to focus on, and I always have 3 things that I'm juggling between. Am I going to focus on expanding my network, recruiting coaches, or training coaches? Because for me, I just cannot focus on all those 3 things and do them all well, all in one month. I just can't. I do not have that capacity. I hope one day I will, but I just don't. So usually I do it in cycles. I focus on expanding my network. So I focus on creating content that people are going to share with others. I focus on blogging. I focus on YouTube videos. I focus on adding things to Pinterest. I just want to get myself more out there so new people can find me. And then the next month, usually I focus on recruiting coaches or recruiting challengers, kind of same thing. And then the 3rd month, those coaches that I've recruited, I'm really going to focus on getting them started right, training them, one-on-one calls, you know, running live trainings, things like that. And then I start all over again, and I expand my network, and then I recruit, and then I train. So yeah, just write that down wherever on your thing, what you're going to be focusing on for this month of December. And that's also going to affect what you post. So this month in November, I have been very focused on recruiting coaches. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been posting a lot about coaching. I've been posting a lot about, I posted my income, which is so uncomfortable for me. Just a lot on that, because that was my focus in November. And now in December, I'm going to be very focused on training my new coaches. And then in January, I'm going to expand my network. So, and you should always be, you know, recruiting, and you should always be expanding your network, and you should always be training your coaches. But what has your like main focus? Where are you going to put like the tone of your posts and the tone of your blogs and the tone of your videos, and where you're just really laser focused on? And let me see, did I get everything? Yeah. So I think that's everything I think that that's everything that I ask myself when I plan my month. So if you want to, let's take a little bit of time. Do you guys all have a month, some sort of calendar that you're working off of right now? So let's just take a few minutes and post, and just start jotting down some ideas of what program you're thinking of doing, what challenge group, what's going to be the name of your challenge group. Put it down, write it down on paper. And let me give us like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm gonna actually screen share so that you can see this list that I have here if you want to see it. Okay, can you guys see it okay? Questions to ask, things to consider when planning your month. Is it too small? Okay, all right, let's just take a few minutes. Okay, I'm sure you guys could keep going, but I don't want this to go on too long. So another thing, just as I was planning out my month, another thing that I do is, for those of us who have kids, sometimes it can be hard to find time to devote to creating content for some of these free groups, right? Even if we're using somebody else's content, you still want to go through it and kind of like figure out what you're going to post on each day and how you're going to create a post that's going to promote it, or maybe you want to create a graphic for it or whatever. So I also, when I'm planning out my month, like if I know that I'm going to do this letting go and pushing forward goal setting free group at the end of the month, I know that I'm going to need a chunk of time to plan and prepare that. That's kind of outside of my normal everyday coach activities. So I've actually like circled a few potential days that I would need someone to take the kids, whether that would be my husband, like on a Saturday for 4 hours, sometimes he'll take them for give me like a 4-hour chunk or a 2-hour chunk, or my mom, maybe ask her to take the kids for a little bit. So that way I'm already planning into my schedule time to work on some of these free groups and to work on some of these, if you're planning to do a webinar of coach recruiting or whatever, or you want to do some training videos, maybe training your coaches is your focus and you want to do some training videos, plan when you're going to do them. And then also make sure you give yourself some pockets and you be proactive to get some help with the kids if you need to get that done, to prepare. I can't tell you how many times that I've been scrambling late at night the night before a group to try and like get I kind of had a loose outline and I'm trying to get stuff together, and that just never produces the best work. And if I would have just thought a little bit ahead of time, I could have easily asked my husband to just take the kids to the park for an hour or two while I get some content together and focus and whatever, you know? So that always helps me to know what I have going on that month so that I can backtrack and get some times to really work and think and get some good quality stuff together. Okay, Alicia, I see your question here that you were going to get people set up for the health bet in January. Oh gosh, the health bet. Yes, the health bet. Put that somewhere on your calendar to be talking about the health bet, because it was such, guys, I don't know, was it for you guys? Was it such a big thing for you guys last time? It was such a big thing for me. I think I hit like a Success Club record that month that we were doing the health bet. So talk about the health bet like a lot this month of December. So you're starting preseason January 2nd and requiring people to commit by the end of December to work towards Success Club for the month. Does that make sense? I think so. So you're going to have them order. Well, actually, I think they have to order. I saw one of my success partners just posted in her group. Oh gosh, where is it? That there is, I should probably copy it and put it in our team page. But there is a deadline, I think it's December 29th, maybe, to order your challenge pack in order to get it in time. Yes, December 29th is the last day to order challenge packs and receive them by January 9th, which is the Beachbody Health Bet kickoff. And, that's really important because with the health bet, you have to be drinking Shakeology and have pictures of it. So it's not like people can just jump in late. You want to make sure that they have it in time. So December 29th, let's circle that on our calendars as kind of like D-Day for health bet orders. And make sure that people know that, because people like to wait till the last minute to order things. People like to think and sit on it and rehash it and make sure. And then when the last minute comes, they're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I had so many people at the very last day sign in. So, make sure that's on your calendar. Make sure that you don't have, if you can help it, you don't have anything going on that evening, because probably you're going to be getting messages from people and you're not going to want to be off at an event and miss out on sending a link out or whatever. So yeah, just get strategic and make sure that you know that that's going to be a big day, the 29th, and that whole week before, because Christmas will be over. People will be starting literally 26, 27, 28, 29. Those are going to be big days, guys. Just get that in your heads. Those are going to be big days. People are going to be probably finally answering your messages because Christmas is over now, and they're going to be thinking about the new year, and they're going to have heard about the health bet all month long. So they're going to be asking a lot of questions, wanting to get links, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that is marked on your calendar and you're ready to just be there for people and give them all the information that they need. Oh, good. I'm glad, Haley. I'm glad this has been encouraging to you. So the ultimate reset, that's a great question. We were talking about doing it in the new year as a cleanse or whatever, to kick off the new year. Yeah, what do you guys think? When would when it would be a good time? You want to do it literally first week of the new year? I mean, January 1st is a Sunday. So we could do it Monday, start Monday. Or were you thinking kind of give yourself a little bit of time after the holidays and then jump into it? What are you guys thinking? Unfortunately, I've tried to find a way. I'm just not going to be able to do it in January. I'm going to have to wait until I'm done breastfeeding. Not so much for the calories, but more because your body is flushing out toxins and it comes out in your milk. So I'm not going to be able to participate. Oh, okay. That's fine, Shelby and Jennifer. Is there a reason why you guys aren't going to be doing it? Are you trying to tell us something? Am I reading into this? All right. I guess you guys can tell me later.
It's just maybe after at the end.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, what do you guys think? Those of you who are doing, is anybody else planning to do the ultimate reset in January other than Haley? Well, Haley, I'll talk about it on the team page and see, oh yeah, you're right, and see if anybody else in the Shine Tribe is planning to do it in January, and we can try and see when would be a good time for everyone. And I'll check with my success partners because I think they're also doing it as well. And since I'm not going to be able to, they were going to help me out with leading the group and stuff. So, okay. So how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about December? Do you feel like you have a direction? Do you feel like you have sort of a little game plan that's getting started here in your mind? This is when it gets really fun. When you know what you want to talk about, when you know what you want to promote, when you know ahead of time what's coming up, then you can really start pouring your creativity into how can I help people? All those ideas that we had, and you can jump on Canva and make out the checklist, and you know what I mean? Once you have something that you're focused on, and okay, I'm going to do this free group, and so I'm going to start talking about challenge groups and how they've affected me, or I'm going to start talking about goal setting and how to do it, and get people excited about this. It kind of gives your posts a little bit more direction, a little bit more focus, and you're going to be more encouraged because you're going to have a greater response when you do open your doors to that free group or that challenge group or that webinar, because you've done the groundwork of preparing people and informing people. And it really does take a lot more. It takes a lot more communication than you would think. That's what I'm learning. Gosh, have you guys been inundated by emails with Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday? And there's this girl who I am joining her academy. She's doing an academy on stories, on live video and whatever, Snapchat and things like that. And she's been sending me emails on it probably every day, and in the last couple days multiple times a day. And I just ordered a couple, it's the last hours to order by midnight tonight. And of course I waited, because that's what everybody does. I waited until the very last day, and I went ahead and I ordered her academy. But she's been talking to me about it every single day for almost a week. And that's just kind of what it takes. And if you do it with love, if you do it where you're giving people things, I know in my e-newsletters, I try to give people recipes, tips, ideas, and then I also let them know hey, this is happening. Also, kind of mixing in here's something for you, and then here's also something that you can join of mine, sort of making sure that it's not just all asking. If you do that, people need that reminder. They need to hear it over and over and over again. They need to see it over and over and over again for it to register and for them to get interested and for them to really take action on it. So yeah, let's get to work. Once we have the strategy, then all we have to do is execute it, which is kind of the easier part, I think. So I am excited. I'm going to post my calendar on the Shine Tribe page so you guys can see what I'm doing, and you guys can, be inspired by it. If you want to post yours so other people can see what you're doing, that would be awesome. I think it would be so cool for everyone to see kind of what everybody else has got going on. And yeah, we're definitely stronger together when we share our ideas. I love hearing your guys' ideas so much. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.